Hello, and welcome back to The Elder Rolls, an online game of Elder Scrolls-based homebrewed Dungeons & Dragons with online friends. I am your host of the channel, Shade, also known as Plague Dr. Shade, and here with us, as usual, is the loving, spiteful co-host and dungeon master, Soul Angel.
Hi, I am the so-called loving and spiteful DM.
So before
Only spiteful because you tried to take my game from me.
I did not. There's lies and slander. On that note, typical few announcements before we begin. First and foremost, major reminder to the chat that this is a mature D&D experience in game. This game will include depictions of adult themes such as drug and alcohol use, sexual themes, psychological torments, gore, body horror, and potentially much more. The DM will often but not always put up a warning before such events occur. Keep this in mind if you continue to watch. Secondly, another reminder that the music that is used in this game is merely an add-on to the game and acts as an addition to the game and its environment, with the sole focus being on the story, the characters, and the setting itself. Aside from Elder Scrolls music and Elder Scrolls Online music made by, respectively, Bethesda and ZeniMax Online, Soul, what other music do we pull from?
We pull music from God of War and God of War Ragnarok by Santa Monica Studios. We also pull music from Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity Original Sin by Larian Studios, Darkest Dungeon by Red Hook Studios, and Destiny 2 by Bungie Studios, as well as a smattering of music from Elden Ring and Bloodborne from Software, and finally, a couple songs from Witcher 3 by CD Projekt Red. We also have some royalty-free tabletop music by Rock Narden on YouTube and music from tabletopaudio.com. If you're interested in fantastic free mood-setting music for your tabletop, please check them out at tabletopaudio.com and give them support. We are not sponsored.
We are not sponsored indeed. With that in mind, third, we are in a lovely Discord server. That Discord server, aside from being where we host this game, also happens to be the same Discord server where our DM is working on an Elder Scrolls-based tabletop RPG where she is writing it, myself and Nox are editing it, and Nox is doing the fan art. Or rather, just the art. Soul, would you like to talk about Esper?
Esper, or Elder Scrolls Prophecy role-playing game, is a mechanics-heavy, narrative-driven system that allows you to build your character how you want and specialize in combat or narrative interactions, or even both if you so wish. Even though this system is built for stories and customization, it does strongly support combat and more combat-driven campaigns. If you're interested in joining us in the beta test, which will start as soon as I finish the beta book, please join us on the Esper server pinned in the Twitch channel or in the description of the VOD on YouTube. More testers, both player and GM, are always appreciated. Shade.
And last but certainly not least, if you like anything related to this game, be it Esper, the players, the story, combat, or, just like the channel itself, please do me and us a huge favor by commenting, subscribing, interacting with this video, and ringing that bell notification icon in the video so you never miss an upload. That's it from me.
All right. With that being said, are we ready to begin?
Yeah.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last we left off, the party continued their search for Hircine's idol in the shifting, ever-changing forest of the Lost. After being turned around several times, the group started marking paths with rocks, charcoal, chalk, and blood. Okay, to note which way they have been going. Eventually, the party came across a copse within some trees that caused them to immediately become separated. And after a bit of frantic searching around by the bulk of the party, they did find Serinda about to walk into a river again after hallucinating his family. Eventually, the party did find the idol, which they were immediately set upon by hunters of the hunting grounds, who also wanted the idol to gain Hircine's favor. But after a few close calls and a chase all the way to Huntsman's Peak, the party was successful in their task. And they had a choice. Jari, who was content being at Hircine's side, or the Lost King, who was somewhere within the hunting grounds taken by Glenmoral witches. The party chose their friend Jari. And this is where we pick up the party leaving the Huntsman's Peak, now needing to find their way during the Blood Moon hunt.
Alright. Once the map loads, there we go.
Yeah, it's taking a hot minute.
I do be doing that sometimes.
Mm.
I just realized that the name of the fucking area that's like right before you enter Glenmoral Reach is the Blood Bog.
And you gotta ask yourself, why is it called that?
I'm assuming it's like a bog, probably filled with blood.
Or is
Probably.
it colored or is it the same color as blood?
There you go.
We're in the hunting ground. It's definitely blood. It's just blood.
You never know. Maybe Hircine's squeamish.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Sure. Uh-huh.
I was waiting for you to catch on to that one.
After near bathing in blood, like, yes, he's squeamish. But I guess for everyone, Jari's in the back of the group walking a lot slower, and he's holding onto Rivari's hand still, like even after they left the building. Kind of stronger than normal, but not to the point where it's painful. And it's just like not looking at anyone, just head down, following along.
Leovic would be near the back with Jari, keeping an eye on him as well.
Rivari's trying to hold on to his hand as strong as he is, but not quite having the same amount of strength. She's very proud that he's finally back in the group, though. Very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And very much just yapping his ear off.
He's trying to
She'll
listen,
be
but it's
drunk,
obvious.
shouldn't she?
Has it been 3 hours yet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
more often.
it has, but we extended it for flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's very drunkenly yapping his ear off.
He kind of chuckles every so often, but it's very much of like he's not physically there or mentally there, and so he's just nodding along, almost just like enjoying the sound of her talking is enough.
And then Alex jumped Revive onto Hircine. Hircine grabbed Revive and got very angry. This is fun. I think liked it.
I think at that one he actually does laugh, and he like breaks out of it 'cause the sheer nonsensical of that is like, what? Like, you were thrown by Calyx? Like almost like that scene from Legolas where it's like, or not Legolas,
No.
Lord of the Rings, where it's like, don't tell the elf when Aragorn wants to throw Gimli. It's like, what?
Not a word to anybody.
Alex forgot Revive and dropped her Revari's not sure how it happened.
I think he does finally speak up and just says, "This one is just glad you are safe and fine."
It's fine. Fine.
She just cuts off and stares off into space. What? Like a real drunk person loses train of thought.
Like a real drunken cat, even.
Mm-hmm.
Revari is happy. You're back. And immediately tries to climb him, ignoring the fact that she's still holding his hand.
He doesn't fight it. He lets it happen.
Just give in.
Yeah, no, this is his doting sister. So she just climbs up on like piggyback or like bleach style, I guess, like Kenpachi's lieutenant just sitting on his shoulder or
Yeah.
and then he realizes he hasn't said it, so he finally kind of just looks to everyone and he's like, this one would like to address the group. Kind of waiting to see how everyone reacts.
We're still walking, yeah. Serinda just turns around and starts walking backwards without a fucking care in the world. What's on your mind, chap?
Leovic just does his normal curious head tilt.
This one does not know the words to say. This one expected fear or anger or yelling, and instead it's quiet. And just kind of like is checking each person's face to see like how are they still okay, I guess, with the shit that just happened.
Well, what, excuse me. What would we possibly have to yell at you over?
This one caused problems, this one ran off with all of our things. The fact that this one is a werewolf, which terrifies or scares people. People hate werewolves normally. Run for my life. At this point, it's kind of like it just prattles on for like a good 30 seconds of him naming like why people would be of like any normal situation is like expecting to get yelled at.
Serinda holds up a hand to like signal, all right, stop.
You stop.
Stop talking. All right, chap. I want you to take a good look at anyone here and tell me that we would be afraid or weirded out by what you are. I mean,
looks at the group and stops at Calyx.
Revari points at Calyx.
You hear the Skyrim ragdoll sound as he T-pose drags along the ground.
I know.
Well, aside from
Like the
him,
most
he
normal one.
like puts his arm around Calyx's shoulders, like shakes him around. Aside from him, you fuck's sake, you're in a party with you're in a group with possibly the strangest band of people I've ever seen on Tamriel.
Mhm.
Griffin, you also met the plane meld heroes, and they're pretty fucking weird.
I've met many werewolves in my time. I've killed some, made friends with others. He shrugs his shoulders. It is what it is, mate.
The curse that you said that you bear, that is a gift given to you by the Lord of the Hunt, and it is something that is heavily cherished by any Reach folk, as he is our primary spirit that we show grand reverence to. This is
he
not...
turns to Leo.
This
He's
is
like,
not... Sorry, go on.
Did I say curse? He's like, did I say curse?
Someone did. Regardless.
He's just like, no.
Doesn't matter who said it. Even if you weren't a werewolf or you were something else, I am not one to judge others by their own vices, as long as they do not show harm to my people. So far, none of you have done that. He shrugs.
He nods to Leovic and he says, yes, this one does not think he called it a curse, but if he did, it might have been in referencing something else, or it might be the after effects. And he kind of just like, it's still loosely from the bag that Calix gave him, and so he pulls out the manacles and he's like, the gift does have a downside. Hopefully you all will be understanding the next full moon, and puts the manacles away.
I was going to ask about those.
He then looks to Serinda and is like, well, this group pact knows this one's two biggest secrets. What's left? Ask away.
I suppose it's obvious, but actually I've got two questions. One, what exactly were those manacles for? And two, were you planning to keep this secret forever? Your sister certainly seemed to think so.
He looks over at Rivari just to like make eye contact, but he goes, well, the first one, the manacles are for myself. Normally this one knows when a full moon is coming and would hide in a forest away from people, so when he comes out there's less likelihood of human damage or sentient damage. Normally it's fine for him to hunt prey or animals, and so if this one's able to get out away, it's fine. There's hardly any destruction anyone would notice. However, this one has tried to control it, and it doesn't always go well. And if this one cannot get to a far enough away from a town, the manacles were to keep this one controlled, chained to a tree until morning or something. And looks to Rivari. This one tried when this one first got the gift, but it proved difficult. So woods is safer. And to answer your second question, this one has been run out of towns for things far less. So this one was hoping once everyone was fine with this one, he would then tell it.
I see. Hey, chap, we all have our demons.
He chuckles and he's like, but do your demons take over?
Well, not exactly, but
Do you have conversations with them?
Mm-hmm.
Immediately looks to and doesn't put. Hold on, let's see what his intelligence is. Intelligence. Ability check. Oh, I wanted. Where'd it go? I lost the button. Intelligence, ability check, normal. No, he doesn't put it together.
Yeah,
doesn't-
Mel / Doll, whoever, doesn't even look up after replying it, and like apparently not even realizing they responded.
Oh, that's one of us. To answer, no, I don't talk to my demons, but you know, in a way, I suppose I am my demon. Well, to some of us, he pats Calyx on the shoulder, it's no secret that I'm prone to having violent outbursts, or fits of rage, as one might prefer. But doesn't make it any less destructive. I still have to live with it. So do you. We've all got to live with something. Whether it talks to us or not, I think is not quite a fair comparison.
You see Leovic slowly nodding, as if agreeing. Demons, spirits, gods, whatever you want to call them. Everyone tries to talk to them at some point in their life, either through personal connection or deeper reverence. Whether they talk back, however, that is the real question.
There seems to be like a sigh of relief after everyone's talking. Like, okay, this group is accepting and not like. Well, it's that thing of like you could tell when someone's almost ready to run, and like that slowly starts to like fade as he's like listening to everyone talk.
As you start to slowly relax, I do look at you, head tilt to the other side, as I take up the very chill posture with hands on either side of the axe over my shoulders. Judging by your explanation, are you not one with your wolf, then?
He thinks for a second and he shakes his head and he's like, this one has tried to find common ground, but there is so few places. He looks to Rivari and is like, this one thought, and at this point it switches. He says, we hoped that we would always protect Rivari, but then he changes again, but he wasn't too helpful. And there's almost a point where, like, to anyone else watching, he doesn't realize this is when he's swapping between I, he, and we. And he's like, he was not as helpful as this one would have wanted. This one has tried to help him feed, but it turns out he was not satisfied with what I was hunting.
Who is stronger then?
He hangs his head and he just says, this one has dull claws. He is stronger.
suggestion, then.
He nods.
As any person bearing the gift of the Beastman, the advanced form, as they say, the greater form, as he says, and he'll like look to the sky as he like motions his hands almost in like a very fanatical way. There is a warning that comes more so from what my people have told those who have gained this gift. You either find common ground, or you have to dominate or be dominated. And if you are dominated, you will be consumed. I believe that's what the lay folk call feral werewolves or werkin.
There's immediately a flash across his face. It's weird because his face splits, like half of it frowns and the other half is smiling. And it's him remembering something, and then it goes back to his normal face.
Well, I know a few things about this. You see that I lack this gift, so you must seek aid in order to dominate your wolf, or else, well... And he'll motion to Jari, and then up to the Blood Moon. I don't think I need to say more than that.
He nods and he's like, this one has tried to find common ground. Training, you may call it, but it seemed not enough for fear of losing control. But, and then looks around to the group again, if this one can ask for help, maybe, like you said, training, or like you expressed, communication with or dominating could be possible in the event this one goes out of control briefly.
I do not see issue with that.
If it keeps you alive and it keeps us alive, might as well. And there's more people you can ask for help who aren't just werewolves. There are other people who struggle with similar things.
He looks deeply confused. He's just like, what do you mean?
As in, for example, people who struggle with an inner conflict. Being a werewolf isn't just about being a werewolf, mate. It's about... I don't know. Well, I do know. It's putting the two halves of yourself together in a way that can work. Otherwise, split right down the middle. And he glances towards Doll or Mel for a moment, and then looks back at Jari. It's a bit more philosophical than just taming a dog.
Well, he looks back to Leovic and Serinda and is like, this one has kind of had to learn, kind of gestures in the air, like this on the fly, like referring to the werewolf, the culture, her scene, blah blah. If there's things that can be taught, this one would be interested to learn.
If you have questions, I will answer best I can.
He just nods. If there's anything this one can ever do to repay this kindness, let this one know. And we will help. And then he catches that one and then he shakes his head and he's like, then this one will help.
You see Leovic see you stop yourself. He looks you up and down very briefly and then continues walking.
In Tagra, after the conversation is done, he looks up at Rivari, and he says very sheepishly, this one has broke the promise that he made to you. This one is sorry.
It's okay. Rivari is like struggling to stay awake.
He just realizes she's drunk as fuck and just is like, alright, we'll have this conversation another day.
Speaking of which, which way are you guys heading?
As they start speaking in Taragra, Leovic's gonna turn to Serinda. Are we heading directly to the Glenmore, or are we heading back to the Druid encampment?
Well... Quite frankly, I think we've been through a lot. Might be worth it to rest.
Only the spirits know Only the spirits know how much time has passed since we've been in that bloody blasted forest.
Would Jari know the answer to that?
Yes, kind of. It felt like from the moment you changed to being released from Hircine, it felt like maybe 5 days.
Oh.
Holy shit.
So Jari speaks up and he's like, well, this one was changed. This one still could keep track and see things. This one guess it's been about 5 days since we've first been here. This one does not know how long you were in the forest.
And then realizing that and counting that in your head, you guys all just realize exactly how fucking tired you are. So you each gain 2 exhaustion.
Bruh!
Wow. I'm sorry, but Kid fucks
I
Serinda.
told you! Yeah, I told you guys I chose the Unearthed Arcana 10 levels of exhaustion for narrative reasons. Hello.
I'm at
Didn't-
4!
Didn't I get a full long rest at one point as the wolf?
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
Everybody else is fucked.
Jari looks around and is just like, oh yeah, this one thinks you all need some rest.
Serinda... Hold on. Okay, yeah. Serinda, like... Serinda has a pause and then, like, stares into space. And then he mutters under his breath. No wonder I don't feel real. I feel strikingly less intelligent than I did a moment ago.
Leovic stops for a moment and just stares up at the fucking blood moon. Has it moved at all?
No.
He looks
The
up-
mixture of the Forest of the Lost and the fact the moon is unmoving. Yeah, you lost complete track of time. Jari, you do know there's a couple days left in the blood moon hunt.
Like,
So how are we tracking exhaustion again?
so go to your effects,
Yes.
and then you see that
You
exhaustion fix.
Yeah.
You're gonna activate that
Activate
by
it.
pressing the enable effect, which is the check mark. And then based on how many points of exhaustion you have, you're just going to right click on it and then click duplicate.
Okay.
And that's it. That's how you track it.
So all the Jari should have 0, and everybody except Sorinda should have 2, and Sorinda should have 4.
When do I
just
start
have, like-
hallucinating?
Can I just have like Mel fucking
Now?
like, fucking pass out face first on the floor?
Just in the dirt.
Con save.
You know what? Screw it. Let's do it.
Yeah, have some fun. But yeah, Sorinda, this would tie in a little bit to the
Yep.
hallucinations that you had within the forest of your family. Your ears are ringing a little bit, and you could swear you hear among that ringing your daughter's laughing.
He,
You know, like that playful child laugh.
yeah. He like
Alright.
turns his head. Oh my god.
All right, Mel fucking face plants into the ground.
Oh my
Modifiers? What modifiers?
God.
Surrender looks off into the forest suddenly.
Rivari's slipping off of Jari.
Jari immediately catches her. He's sleight of hand passive is 13. Or sorry, 19. He can easily just catch her as she's about to fall.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's
Okay.
exhausted.
Her mask is knocked slightly to the side as she falls.
Leovic puts his hand on his face and just rubs the fucking the paint a little bit. It just smears all over his cheeks, so it's just like mostly black now. And then he goes to pick up Doll.
Oh my god, Leovic has black
I
face.
fucking knew you were gonna say that. I hate
No, it's bread face. He said it was blood.
you. No, it's black paint. He has war paint on.
Jari sees just everyone suddenly collapse like after noticing it. He's like, which area were you resting at? Let's head there.
Right, back to the druid camp. He
Yeah.
points in the direction, which is thankfully the right one.
He surprisingly goes in the direction before you even start pointing.
Actually, no, you're right. It would be blood because the fucking black marks are tattoos. I'm stupid. Don't even remember my character.
It's fine.
You're so fucking tired, you wiped your tattoos off.
That's crazy. It's like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be there. These are permanent.
Not anymore.
I'm so my character's so tossed. Excuse me, tired that it transferred
tossed him.
over. Whoa, tired that it
Whoa.
transferred over to me. So now there's bleeding IRL.
I'm bleeding out my fucking eyes!
Are you in an animus? Is that why?
Ah, fuck, true. Leovic is actually my ancestor somehow.
Oh.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Jari just leads the way back, almost like he's been here once or twice. Somehow, everyone's not sure how. But when he does approach the village, he stops like 100 feet away and lets someone else take the lead.
Surrender marches right on past him.
While they're walking, Leovic will adjust the.
Oh,
mask
is the other
on
guy
his
with
face.
us still?
Oh yeah, he's falling behind you. He's equally as tired. He just gets quiet when he's tired.
I think at one point he kind of like whoever's next to him, either Leovic or Serinda, I think by the way the conversations was going, he kind of just like, who is this other person with us?
I'll look to Serinda.
He got taken with the the king what's his face, I think, or something or other. He got taken. Yeah. Ended up here. We found him in the forest and helped him get out. He's
My name
he's on
My name is Khazar Farron. I'm the leader of the Alakir.
that one. He's in the book.
Oh.
It's in the book.
Hearing his name's in the book, he's like, Jari's like, oh, okay. Suddenly, this guy's important, not just someone we found. He's like, oh, this one's name is Jari. It is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Interesting way to meet new people, but interesting times.
Walk on in.
He kind of just nods at interesting time and is just like, yep.
Everybody just does that dad nod.
It's the one Nord, like the one Nord, young Nord NPC, goodbye. Uh-huh.
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 Open door, enter Druid hut.
Jari doesn't approach, or he doesn't enter the hut. He kind of like looks for the owner to like ask permission before going in.
He's inside the hut.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Holding up.
Jari, you see a Breton woman with slightly pointed ears in what looks like druid garb. Come on in. I wish to hear how you found your two new compatriots.
He's confused because he heard there was druids, but he wasn't expecting one so nice? Question mark. He's like, oh, yes, thank you. Comes in and then immediately like gently puts Rivari down like on a bed or on a soft pillow or something, and just like have her knock out, just plop.
Well, currently the only bed taken is taken by a one-armed wood elf. So,
Well, he'll put her on his bedroll, like use the bedroll as a pillow, and put her down.
I think that's one of the items you found. There's a couple items that are still missing.
Okay, well, can I just let you go through and just yank anything that's deleted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. If you want, we'll see how serious some of it is. 9 darts. Keep the sending stones. I don't want you to lose that.
Okay.
Yeah. Your Windhelm wine is gone.
Okay.
Your water skin and 2 pouches are gone.
Okay.
Everything else you have. I'll obfuscate a way for your sending stones to come back to you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It won't be immediate.
I'll just uncheck the water skin because I'm gonna buy one eventually, or when I get a chance.
Okay.
So that way I don't need to add it back.
See.
Yeah.
You tried to drop the sending stone, but it said when you tried to drop it, it said quest item cannot be dropped.
A new hand touches the beacon.
No.
His sister would be like, "You better not drop that. I'm calling your ass." But yeah, he looks to the druid and just says, "This one thanks you for letting him in. This one's name is Jari."
A pleasure to meet you, Jari. I am Liana of the Druids of Galen. You have never fucking heard of them.
He just nods and is just like, "It is nice to meet you." And he kind of tries to like for a split second go back to like his proper quote unquote training etiquette of like how to greet someone nicely, and then just immediately goes back to his like hunched bad posture. That
Slunch.
posture, wow. Words are hard.
Words are fantastic. Slouched, it's slouched and hunched at the same time, so slunched.
Slunched.
Plunged.
We made a whole new word.
Hey.
Well, you all look pretty well done in. Why don't you get some rest, and we'll talk about what you experienced when you're well rested. Except for you, Serinda. You're not getting rid of 4 levels of exhaustion in one night.
I don't even know if Serinda's gonna be able to sleep.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
We lost Siren.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey!
There she
What
is.
the hell is
She's
that about?
alive.
Uh-oh. You were the only one that DC'd.
Discord, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
You
Having a
shared a
fit.
cute gif of a cat twitching in its sleep, and Discord was like, no.
Oh, you mean
It
glub,
was-
glub, 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 glub.
It's
was
so
cuteness
cute.
over
I
Should
wish,
that- Die.
I wish my kitty did that when I tapped his nose. That's adorable.
Serinda's gonna do that to Rivari the whole night.
Nah.
Fucking with her. Oh my.
It's also just so strong she's not waking up.
Just gonna see if Serinda actually manages to The fuck?
The explosion is not what disturbs me. What the fuck is wrong with that cat face?
It's definitely edited.
That's awful. This cat
I
like
fucking hate it.
inexplicably reminds me of like Adam Sandler in a way I can't describe.
Heyo.
Reminds
I
me-
see it. I see it.
It reminds me of Adam Sandler in the worst possible way that pisses me off for some reason.
Adam Sandler in A Crazy Night.
Bum biddy biddy
Biddy
biddy
biddy
bum.
Bomb. A bomb, bitty, 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 bomb. Oh, wrong
Oh.
button. Wrong button.
I'm not ready to go to break.
Go to the corner, think about
I'm
what
not
you've
ready
done.
either. Get in the corner.
Knocked at Serinda.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Serinda's sleeping tonight either.
Okay, so I have a solution for this.
Okay, so 5 levels of exhaustion.
So I have a solution.
So like, I don't know.
Hey, look, I'm leaving it up to you. Does he still think things are not real and sleep is a concept?
I think I've made it pretty clear by now that Serinda's not gonna get it for like a while.
Well, I remember what we talked about in
I do.
DMs. Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Hmm?
I'll go after you're done, Nox.
I think as everyone else is like settling in for the night, Serinda like sits in the doorway, like against the side of the like hut, and stares out into the woods.
I was gonna say Jari doesn't go to sleep at first. He goes to talk to Liliana, just to try to
Liana.
get like, huh?
Her name's Liana.
Oh, Liana.
Added
just-
in too many L's there for a minute.
All right. He tries to talk to Liana and just get
Okay.
like from the druid's point of view, anything that she would deem necessary, or like, hey, you should know this kind of thing. And then seeing Serinda still awake, he would walk over and he would just be like, this one wonders, are you alright? You're still up.
How much exhaustion do we remove?
I think it's 1 her long rest.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna add that now so I don't forget. Serinda like looks at Jari, and now that like everyone else has dispersed, there's like actually what's Jari's insight?
Oh,
His passive
trash.
insight.
Passive insight is a 10. Ah, it's normal.
Okay, well, Serinda's passive deception is currently a 3. So
Perfect.
let's see.
That totally
bud.
beats his insight.
Can we do this? No.
Damn.
Beautiful. You can't read him at all.
Serinda turns his head over to Jari, and it is a like startling, jarring, if you will, like shift in demeanor. Like his like pleasant smile is gone. Like it's like the light has left his eyes. He's trying and apparently failing to hide how like shitty he feels. Oh well. You don't sleep for a while and it starts getting to you, and I'm not sure I remember how, quite honestly.
He nods, and he's like, this one understands. This one, he kind of looks to Rivari and he's like, this one hasn't told her, but this one used to sleep, still do, with daggers under his pillow. This one always had to be ready to leave at a moment's notice, never knowing if a job went wrong or someone hated him for something, or worst case, if again he, like his wolf, he did something and someone found him. So this one understands light sleeping, but this one recommends sleep all the same.
Easy for you to say.
He kind of thinks and he's like, well, this one can think of 3 options.
And
One, looks at the druid, asks the druid for a sleep tonic. 2, pulls out the skooma from Feldrin and is like, I haven't tried this, but after the trip, I'm sure it will knock you out. Or 3, Rivari has taught this one some moves. This one could try to choke you out and put you to sleep.
If you want to do the skooma, go ahead.
I do not think Serinda should be given skooma.
But it would be funny.
It would be funny.
All
But,
trying to get
oh
all
my
our
God.
Would
characters
you want
addicted
to
to
have
drugs.
Serinda picture everybody as giant sweet rolls?
No. He's
Trying to
already
get all of our
psychotic
characters
enough.
addicted to drugs.
I do not want to think Serinda would do that, but what would Serinda
Oh!
do?
Mike apologizes.
What was that?
What? I think that was one of my new players.
Yes, Mike accidentally joined the VC.
Okay.
Brought to you in part by Mike the Liar. He knows many things.
God damn, is Mike the Liar weird, man?
Serinda, like, he waves a hand a little bit. Believe me, I understand. When I did sleep, however long ago that was, I'd sleep with a short sword on the nightstand next to me, and my wife would always have her incantation book next to her. don't remember. It's not easy. It's not as effortless as I remember it being, but I'm not.
He nods and he's like, well, let this one try to help. And then immediately shouts, again, horrible charisma, Liana! Just called her across the room.
Yes.
Do you have a sleeping draught? One that may help? And kind of gestures to Serinda, help put him to sleep.
I can, but his problem is wholly different than just some insomnia. He needs to work through it himself. Unravel truth from fiction.
But sleep would still help him, like just the first part, baby steps. This one was just wondering if you can do that. And just
His
kind of just ignoring all
situation-
the other portion.
His situation, sleep will not help.
He looks totally
Just trust me.
confused.
He understands. That experience with the drug trippy tea.
Serinda looks at Liana, and then, like, as she says that, he turns his head away fully and, like, stares back out into the forest. Jari, have you ever dreamed something that just felt so real
Yes.
that it was real, something that you didn't want to wake up from?
Yes. This one has. This, and he's like, this one can think of it happening twice.
Serinda nods. That's part of what's stopping me here, too. Because if this is a dream, and if I fall asleep, what if I wake up and it's gone? And you're gone, and I'm alone in the arena again.
He tries to think of something, and the only thing he can do. I'm sorry, Leovic. Can I sleight a hand to try to steal the elsewhere spices from his bag?
You can certainly try, because he's now looking at both of you because you shouted and he's awake.
Oh, he's awake? Oh, perfect. He like looks over and he's like, Leovic, may this one borrow the elsewhere spices?
He reaches into the bag and pulls out the several elsewhere spices that you gave him. Which one?
He takes the cheaper, strong one and just yanks one, goes to Serinda, and just kind of like a few pinches worth, just like flies it in his face. So he gets the full smell of it.
Where someone would react as if they were being pepper sprayed,
Oh,
Serinda only sneezes.
So he then takes the pouch and then hands it to him, and then he's like, so follow your nose. If you start to have a nightmare, if you smell this, you will know that we are still here. I don't have this one does not have. Is scented candles a thing in ESO?
Probably.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's like, this one does not have any of those scented candles, but this smell is unique, not something you would normally smell. So, You can follow it to sleep and then follow it to wake up.
Serinda watches as Leovic approaches.
He just leans against the side of the doorway, just looking between the both of them when they exchange words. He doesn't say anything, though.
I suppose it's simpler for someone who knows when they're dreaming, how to dream.
Realizing that, he kind of he's trying to find something for Serinda. He's like, to answer your question, the time this one first felt the dream was too real was the first time this one transformed. The smells, the sights, the sounds, the hearing was all too real to explain. The thing that did not make sense was the adrenaline. Not from a nightmare, but from the adrenaline that I had to protect Rivari. And that's when he was most in sync with this one, is when we chased after her to save her. Later I found out that this one had tasted blood for the first time, and that's left a funny taste in this one's mouth the next morning. But the odd thing about dreaming, you can't know until you wake up.
Congratulations on your first blood. But you had something. You had someone to chase, to pull you back, and know that they were real.
Oh.
At that point in time, you do hear "Dad" echoing through the forest.
Serinda's head snaps in one direction, and he puts his hands on the ground and starts to get up and stops himself.
Jari looks to where he's looking.
Leovic does the same.
Roll perception check, you two.
Jesus.
There ain't nothing there.
I think Jari reaches out and grabs his wrist.
I hear her. I hear them.
This one does not know what you hear, but very oblivious to kind of his situation. He's like, if this one helps, this one can throw water on your face to wake you up in the morning.
That's not how that works.
He just looks like, I don't know.
That is a shock to the senses. Besides,
Okay.
this one over here stated multiple times he can't feel pain. That wouldn't work.
What? And he's like, what if I get a feather? What if someone tickles you? That's not pain.
Looks at Serinda.
Serinda, Serinda, frowns and furrows his brows like he's trying to think about it. I don't know. I'm not sure it would do anything. Hundreds of years of pain and fire and poison and decay will numb you to lots of things. It like holds up an arm, turns it over, shows off the gajillion scars.
He has this snicker where he's like, this one once pranked their sibling by pinching their nose shut. And then having them wake up that way. It's not painful. Might startle you awake. Or, your sense of smell works, right? What if we just put the smell powder next to your nose?
For all I know, I could be imagining it. I don't remember the last time I had a dream. I don't know how vivid they are anymore.
He's just like, this one's not smart. This is the best examples this one can think to try to help. If you have things that you would require of this one to help you, this one will help.
That's the thing. I don't know. I know what I need, but it's not something that any of you can help me with.
Jari was about to say something, but then stops because he realizes, yes, there are some things that cannot just be answered or given, and so he just stays quiet.
Surrender looks back out into the forest. Ever since we've come here, I've heard the voices of my daughters, my wife, just out of reach. That's what I need. I need to know where my wife is. I need to know if she's still alive. I need to tell her one last time that I still love her, because I didn't get that chance.
Jari licks the Leovic of like, wait a second, this guy said he was from like thousands of years old. Like, what are the chances his wife is alive? Like, none, right? It's a whole like thing on his face, like
Your wife, is she also a mer?
She's Dunmer. Her name is Selvisa.
He slowly nods.
She was beautiful.
Begrudging as it may, considering your adversity towards those on the moon, you could ask one of them, though I do not think you'd believe them either.
I'm not asking a dog of Manamako anything.
Shrugs.
I'd rather die than seek his counsel. No.
He looks to the druid, who I guess might still be awake at this point, and is like, if this one asks Hersine, would this one be able to find another soul?
It's possible. Depends.
Looks to
Some of the princes are not as nosy as others. The new prince is very nosy.
looks to Serinda and is like, this one can try.
I know where they are. I know where they would be if they're dead. They'd be in the Deadlands. That's where all my family is. Most of them. Almost all of them, except one. But I don't expect we'll be going there for some time.
And you need to see about your problem with rest until such a time.
It must be so easy to go to sleep every night knowing that when you wake up, the world you know will still be there. Knowing how.
You know very well that wasn't the experience for me. I watched the Sistress Isles sink. I lost my home.
You're right.
Jari chimes in, kind of, and he's like, sort of what Jovic was saying. If I do not dominate or find common ground with him, he might take over. The first year, this one did not sleep well for fear of never waking up, for fear of the wolf taking over. But thankfully, if he did, it could not last long. But there were still nights where this one wondered if he killed someone or if there was blood on his claws, what happened. And there was no knowledge. So one can understand the fear of sleep.
If I wake up and I'm back in that arena, he trails off and shakes his head.
Then I'm sure your friends will track you down and find you.
He nods.
If this is a dream, they're not real. If this is a dream, then none of you exist, and when I close my eyes and open them again, you'll all be gone. And I don't want that.
Let me bring something up that may ease your mind a little bit. You can't make up faces in a dream. They have to be people you've met before.
Serinda, furrows his brows and then looks at Jari and Leovic.
By the way, that is a true fact.
Yeah. And he stares at them really hard. It's like he's studying them.
Jari just immediately is like, did this one have something on his face? Just like immediately starts clawing his face,
Leovic
like
gets
looking
the
at
cue. He gets the cue, and he actually tilts his head upwards so you can see the striking feature on his face, which is his eyes. And as described before, they look like they're staring through you in a constant, very wide glare, though not any feeling directed towards you.
You've only come across eyes like that are bright and striking and see through you from one other person. Mana Marco.
Serinda,
He don't look like Mana Marco.
Serinda, leans in a little bit and, squints. Well, you said they don't look like Manamako.
You see him crack a small grin. It looks very, very unnerving because his eyes are still very wide. It's very maniacal almost.
That expression is definitely a Mana Marco one.
I'm damned if this is real and damned if it's not. If it is real, then that means my wife and daughters are long dead. And I've missed my chances at life to live. And if this is a dream, then I'm back in hell. I don't know what's worse.
But you did said if they are dead, you would know where they are, in the Deadlands. Funny thing, we're supposed to go everywhere, every plane of oblivion. So I get to talk to them then.
As Serinda does say that, Leovic tilts his head back down and sighs. Then that would make two of us, then.
Serinda side-eyes Leovic with very apparent curiosity.
He does not elaborate.
So do you mean?
You say you were trapped in an arena for Thousands of years, yes.
Centuries, as far as I know.
Describe this arena to me.
Serinda's eyes glaze over. It's like he's suddenly yanked out of his body and deposited somewhere else. Oh, there's nothing like it in Oblivion. It's a maze of portals, and the entrance looks like the Alakir if it was just a little bit wrong. And then you enter the first portal, and I've never seen anything like it. The portal shuts, and you're just trapped in this tiny thing. The first one is a dead tree. It screams of corpses. It seduces. The next one, it's clockwork. Dwemer. It goes on and on and on. Then there's a big room with the biggest Dwemer spider I've ever seen in my life hanging on the ceiling. And it ends with a lich. And there's a ring. And you go up and down, and up and down. You take down his defenses until he comes down to face you. And when he's dead, you're sent right back down to that tree. It's different planes, different things taken from places of Oblivion and Tamriel, imported for a spiral that never ends, that loops back around on itself. Over and over and over. And its curator, this tiny, puntable demi-prince, only calls himself the scion of Boethia because he couldn't have gone any longer without having a patron. And his barons that move like this. There's nothing Farnuit Hedden loves more than his stupid barons. Maybe except keeping me going over and over for eternal amusement. For his eternal amusement. Because he forgets how the last round went, so I have to do it over again. I've gone over and over and over for centuries. No rest, no food. Nothing but fighting and death. And every time I get down, it picks me right back up to keep fighting again.
When he says Farnuit Hedden, could I roll a religion check to see if any of my Reachman lore would pick up on what that Daedra name is?
Sure.
At the mention of there was no food, Jari just pulls out a simple ration and just puts it in front of him, here, then just eat. At worst, this is a dream, and you enjoy something tasty. And if not, then you had something to eat.
20. You are very well aware of who Farnuit Hedden is. This is a scion of Boetha, who rules over a pocket realm called the Maelstrom. Essentially, Farnuit Hedden is a demi-prince between a mortal and the Daedric prince Boetha. A very rare thing to happen.
So, for Reachman's society's sake, we know that the Vatishan Hollows are for the trials of becoming adults for the Reachman. How would we compare that to the Maelstrom? And how would you think we would compare it to the Maelstrom?
Maelstrom is not quite the same, but similar. There is a lot of fighting in it, but It's purely for Nuit Hen's enjoyment, not for any sort of glory. It's almost like a punishment a little bit. You fight until they're done with you, essentially.
Okay. When he explains this, you see Leovic's mouth like open slightly, almost like he's actually shocked.
You're sentenced to the Maelstrom.
I'm not sentenced. I went there myself. There was a portal in Rothgar in my time. I went seeking glory. I would conquer the arena in Dagon's name, and I would come home victorious. Well, I went, and now I'm here.
He nods.
Well, I am aware of this place, but in comparison, there is no true comparison to that, your story to mine, as it is merely a thief of joy, if anything. I too was also in an arena, but not by choice. I used to be a slave.
And as he talks, he'll look away and do the same thing Serinda's doing as he looks out towards the forest.
Nothing as outlandish and alien as the plains of oblivion. Arguably worse, man-made, grotesque creations made of spikes and iron and bone and marrow. Every day pitted against a choice of the matron that controlled that place. Bloodied sand and dirt coated my bare feet as I was thrusted every single day in there with a broken axe.
And you see his hands tighten and ball up into fists. You see his muscles grow taut a bit.
All because they said that I was weak, that they took advantage of my dead clan. I did not witness it, and in order to prove myself worthy of joining them amongst their ranks, to show that I was worthy of freedom, 100 souls to the Queen of the Dead, and 100 souls did I give, and much, much more.
Worse. At least yours had a purpose. At least you were given time to rest. If enough, at least you got to stop. Every hour of every day that I didn't know was passing would kill and kill. And I would die over and over again. I'd get really close to it. But now he kept me alive. And then, when I thought he would be done with me, when I thought my round was done, he sent me right back to the beginning. There's no purpose to it, no end. And it hurt. They clawed me, and bit me and ripped me apart, and the cold bit my skin, and the poison sloughed it off. And the electricity went right through my bones. And the Dwemer. How they cut. How they cut and cut, because metal doesn't care about bones, doesn't care about flesh. Nothing but making a clean cut all the way through. Until I stopped being able to feel it. Until my nerves were all dead and gone. Until I can't feel. And he holds his hands, like, up a little bit. I can't feel much of anything. I can't feel warmth, I can't feel cold. I can't feel pain.
Would you like to feel again?
I wouldn't think that's something you could help with.
Not me personally, but there is someone who can do it.
Well,
as Serinda finishes, Leovic only tilts his head to the side upon his explanation, looking at his hand when he does like the little kick up or flick up, and tilts his head back to the side.
At least you had the choice to go in for glory. You were not forced.
right, glory. I went in once. And then I was forced to go through again and again and again and again. I couldn't leave. There was no escape. I was only done when he was done with me. I went in for one round, and I was forced to stay. That's not a choice. That's a prison.
And you assume I was given rest. Therefore we are both wrong.
You're alive. Therefore you had to have slept at least a little. You got to eat at least a little. You got to know what it is to be human. To be alive.
Human.
If you're going to patronize me, do it somewhere else.
He doesn't say anything.
Jari cuts in and just looks to Liana. Who did you think can help get him his feeling back?
2 people. The matron of the Galen Druids, who is around here in the realm somewhere, or someone known as Delora. Very hard to find, though.
Are they
Nobody's
both?
seen her in centuries.
Are they both in this place? In the hunting grounds.
The matron, yes. Delora goes where she pleases. That name should be familiar to you, Leovic. No rule with that 20 rule. That is the scion of Hirsine. Also a demi prince.
Look over to the druid lady woman. What does Delora have a title aside from scion, like Fonduit Hen does?
Not really. She doesn't have. She's just daughter of the Daedric Prince Hirsine.
Look at the druid.
You mean Delora, the scion of Hirsine?
I do. If you think the Galen Druids are powerful in nature magic, imagine what somebody who's deeply connected to the realm can do.
My people know well of the daughter of the Hunt Father. This is known. But where she lies, that is unknown.
Exactly.
Jari just looks over and is like, well, that's more hope than we started with. Not to he like starts to fumble with his fingers again. He's like, not to diminish what we were trying to achieve, but if after we save the king and if we don't have to leave the hunting ground, maybe we could search the hunting ground for the matron, or maybe this one can ask Horsine if for a little bit of time to stay so that we can talk to her.
Don't bother.
Oh, I did say the Demi Prince's name wrong because my tongue just does not want to move in the correct way. It's Dear Ola.
Dear Ola.
I don't know why my tongue wanted to say Derola.
It's not Toyota Corolla, at least.
Don't bother. I don't want pity from a lesser prince.
Besides, she will be found if she wishes to be found, just like the prince would.
Look at it this way, Sirinda. It's not pity. You're taking back something that Fa Nut Hen took from you. Just a
Lost my
small
ability to feel pain.
and cold and warmth. How far does that lack of feeling go? Is it just physical, or does it go to emotional as well?
You think I know myself that well?
That's something you need to figure out then. But just keep one thing in mind. He didn't only take pain away from you. He took away the feeling of feeling a cool breeze on an early morning. He took away the feeling of grass under your hand. He took away the feeling of feeling the sun on your skin. His aim was not to take away your pain, but to take away all the good feelings you would have.
To strip you down and lack humanity, as it were.
He says this as his head's tilted downwards. His arms are crossed.
I'm a Dagon Knight. I think I lack enough humanity for 10 people.
You'd be surprised. The way you reacted and then told us that you've been hearing your family. You have feeling. You just need to refine yourself after so long of being controlled by a demi-prince.
That's why I want to find my wife. That's the only thing I want.
And wouldn't you want her to feel her touch your skin again? Feel her cup your...
I don't know.
Think about it. I think your first target should be the matron. Talk to her. A little bit north and to the east, there's another encampment across the river, just on the edge of trees and grassland, much like this one. The matron's apprentice should be there. Maybe even the matron, but nobody's heard from her for a while. If anything, her apprentice will have the location of the matron. Give it a thought. Get some rest. And I think every one of us here can promise you that you will wake up among friends tomorrow.
Sirinda, pulls his lips into a thin line like cracks his knuckles. Fine. Put me out. I don't remember how to go to sleep.
And she
He-
walks over to you, taps
Okay.
your forehead, and casts sleep on you.
Yay!
Jari walked over like he was about to go choke him out, but then it is like, oh.
Leovic
Oh, well, yeah.
actually cracked his knuckles when he said that, not knowing who he's talking to, and he's like,
Last
"Nope,
thing
that's
you
over."
hear as you're going out is her turning around, seeing them do that, and go, "You guys are monsters."
Jari just
Surrender.
shrugged.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Surrender's eyes just like roll back in his head and he slumps over like a dead body.
Man. Can't believe bro literally hit the wall and went.
He makes the fucking Gmod ragdoll noises as he hit the ground too hard.
Hell yeah.
Leovic will look at Liana. There's something familiar. About time I was called my namesake. And he'll go back to his corner where he placed Doll.
Jari kind of does something similar where he just goes to a wall close to Rivari, where he can see her if he wakes up, and then also just leans with his back against the wall and just his daggers are at his side, not hiding but just visible, and they're just like beside him.
You guys all finally settle down for a rest in various places. Some of you like up against walls or on the floor, bed rolls, that sort of thing. And this is where we'll take a break.
Alright, we'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back. Elder roles. Convincing sleep-deprived people is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's do it some more.
This is where it's like, okay, how do we wake up someone from the Matrix?
Not like
Not
this.
easy.
Pulse.
But I guess like early morning soul, can Jari try to wake up before everyone and go outside to pray? Question mark? Not sure.
Sure.
I think at one point he's just gonna struggle, and then he's just gonna be like, he might even wake Liliana up, considering like, hey, it's morning, like, I need your help,
You mean Leona?
Liana, sorry, god damn it.
It's not Dragon Age Wave.
It doesn't matter, my brain just like, Liliana makes more sense. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, he would try to like pray or communicate with her scene, and I'm guessing it's not gonna go well, so then he would go find her and be like, how does one do this?
So Jari would be
Praying?
like the... Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
But
he's
it
just
said
like,
Liana.
yeah, like he's just like, I don't know, like pray, talk to her scene, or, and he's like, I know how to argue with the wolf, but I don't know how to talk to him about normal things.
With her scene. You want to talk normal things with the Lord of the Hunt.
He's like, I don't know, am I, is this one supposed to, like, or was, he kind of then rattles off briefly, like, Leovic and Serinda mentioned some things of, like, talking to, quote-unquote, your Daedric prince, but he's just like, what do I do?
He is more of a prince of action. less of prayer. He does listen to prayers, but he prefers displays than anything. What you need to do is get in communication and at peace with your inner wolf. You need to meditate and find commonality with your inner wolf. Help your wolf understand the way of things. Because look at it this way. How long have you been a werewolf?
He thinks, I think it's about like 2 years. Anywhere from like 2 to 5 years. It's not that long. Maybe like 2 to 3 years, actually.
Your wolf is a toddler. Still throwing temper tantrums, tossing around toys, and not understanding consequences.
He nods. He's like, he just wants to kill everyone and always hungry.
Exactly. You need to help him understand the consequences of these things. Help him understand all good things come in time. How have you tried to tell him? Talk to him?
I've talked to him. I've talked to him. I've like, hey, we can go hunt, but not people. We can go hunt like bears or tigers or like bigger animals, but he always wants people. He doesn't like being pushed around. He doesn't like the rules of society of people.
You're trying to talk sense and negotiate with a toddler. What toddler likes being negotiated with?
He's
Listens
like,
to that.
I don't know. I worked with my brothers.
Huh. Teach their own.
How?
But this one clearly has shown that talking does not work.
Quick question. Where is this conversation happening?
Like right outside.
How loud is it?
Normal talking volume.
Yeah, so you would hear like muffled talking through the wall.
Okay. This is like the like after we
The next
rested or
morning.
right before we rested?
No, next morning.
After.
Okay, so cool. We'll get up after we've done the rest of it. Go outside the middle of conversation again. Shits and giggles.
Because that's what he does.
it's gonna be the bit for him. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Jari just nods. I mean, at this point, there's very little that's even worth hiding, like in his mind.
In your mind, you're able to picture things, right? Display facts and truths. You need to display these things to him. What would happen if you killed without restraint? If you went after people? Society? What would society do in return to you? To the wolf?
They would hunt and kill us. I've tried, and he just says, well, then we just live in the woods.
And that's not doable.
It's not.
Because you have a life. You have family. Your sister. Your friends. Whatever is going on that motions to Khazar, who is off doing his training routine in the field. Whatever reason he was brought here. At worst, you can talk to her scene, but while he does have restraint in killing, he tends to embrace the wild. Baby steps. Show your determination and show him in your head. Not tell him, show him that bad things happen when you lack restraint.
I think as soon as you say that, the first thing he remembers and tries to re-show the wolf was what happened with his parents, of why he had to leave. And there's a feeling of like the his chest gets bigger, like it bristles, and it's like shaking something off, and even the wolf feels uncomfortable. Of like, oh yeah, that was bad.
Let him know, whatever you show him, that it could be way worse. Far, far worse.
He does, and he's kind of just like using her as a guide or coach to help talk to the wolf. It's like he seems to be more receptive. He seems to like you. It's just straight up what Jari says. He seems to like you.
I have that sort of touch with people. Come now. I know you dislike Bretons, and you tolerate me.
You are a druid. You are different than the Bretons that I deal with. Werises are exceptions to that rule as well. They respect the old ways.
And one thing that I have learned in this world, even in the seclusionary nature of the Druids of Galen, back when we were on the Sistra Isles, is that the world, she motions around at the forest edge, in the grass field, in the view of Aetherius in the sky behind the red moon. The world is full of color differences, clashing ideologies. How boring would it be if we were all the same?
Do not mistake my hatred of your kind for differences in ideologies. It does bring color to the world, yes. But these differences in ideologies are not respected by one another. That is the problem.
This is true, but it has always been a problem all the way back to the early Merethic era. And it is a truth of this world that will never change, is that everybody has a difference in beliefs and opinions, and will always not understand why. The individual does. There are some people who refuse to learn and refuse to accept differences and will lash out in anger. It is our job as those who understand differences on a greater level to be patient. Think of them, like I said with Jari, as a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. You just wait it out.
You sound like one of the wise women from my clan.
I'm the only wise women of the Galen Druids left, other than the matron and the apprentice.
It certainly shows.
And he'll turn towards Jari.
Can I have a moment with my companion?
Of course, I wish to go find out more of the situation from your Redguard friend. She stands up and walks toward Khazar.
Jerry, you said that if I had questions, I could ask them.
He nods.
Where do you really come from?
Southern elsewhere.
No. What house do you come from? 'Cause I know you're not a runt of the litter. I know you didn't grow up in the wilderness and the streets. You don't act like it.
At that he realizes, he's just like, Well, this one understands your question, but this one still says you are half wrong. This one is from this one's family's name is Ziraka. We are, he says we are, and he stops. The family is a long line of merchants and traders. We were very well off, which is why, thinking back, he's like, the fancy dinner that we had, this one had siblings. This one was often told to take care of them as the eldest. But this one is the runt of the litter. This one, even though his oldest, could not... Tries to think of the word prayed well. This could not discuss well. And it had cost the family opportunities, money, time. In time, Rivari was selected to be the head of the family. Without telling more, because she might not want too much known. Once that happened, this one began to be treated as the runt, as more along the lines of the help, the servants. Take care of your siblings, make sure they're not hurt, make sure they're fed, make sure they go to class. Things of that nature, where it was easier for them to just ignore and ask, why aren't you more like your sister? So at that point...
He'll hold up a hand.
Yeah.
You did not meet expectations and they gave you more responsibility.
He thinks for a second and then he's like, the expectations they gave were ones that you do not give to family. They are ones that you would give to the servants, the help, the lesser than. So,
The lesser than.
even before this one left the family, only other than Rivari, the siblings did care, but she was the only other one old enough to notice and see.
As you're talking, when you say the lesser than the second time, he starts to walk around you and look you up and down. How is Jari standing?
It's not full straight, and it's not his compression hiding, but it is still his slight hunch. His kind of just normal, his tail is actually not wrapped around him. It's kind of just dangling behind him, because he's now seems to be fine with Leovic.
So it's kind of like the way I imagine you said that, it's kind of hunched. It's kind of like the thief personality in ESO.
Kind of, or I guess close to Glarier, if that helps. Like how Glarier never stood up straight.
He's got that extreme hunch, yeah.
It's not that bad, but yeah, it's just to lean for.
Yeah, I
He's got
you.
the slouch.
He got the gamer lean.
Yeah.
But you would notice something very interestingly as he's circling you, is that his back is never facing you. The way that he's looking at you cannot see his eyes, and it's almost more reminiscent that the wolf eyes on top of his head are looking at you. Almost like a wolf is circling you.
I think there's a brief second, when he gets kind of toward where it would be his back or his shoulders in line, there's a moment where his body tenses and his tail twitches, and it seems like there's a brief moment of jerking control as the wolf is not happy about basically feeling like prey.
You act like it. I can see the problem now. That conversation with the druid, Was it about your wolf completely?
He just is like, mostly. I mean, this one had some knowledge, but this one does not know proper customs. And he kind of just is like, the first altar offerings were just simple stones, and I wasn't sure. This one wasn't sure of what to offer. Tried liver, skull, heart. I eventually got the heart, and then it was like, okay. It was almost a nod of like, that's what you should have been doing this whole time.
Leovic,
You can see him shake his head. It is not about the offering. It is as what she said. A toddler, a child, a wee bab. You treat it like it's a person. It isn't. That is your first mistake. This wolf, it is an extension of you. At least that is what the other blessed of the other Reachmen tell me, or have said in the past. Therefore, it is a toddler version of you that is more feral, more ferocious, more instinctual. It is, after all, an animal. Do you treat an animal, whether it be a pet or a companion, the same way you treat another of your Jit, your servant, your sister, your parents, your lesser than servants?
He's kind of confused by that answer, and he's just like, because the fact that Leovic plumped the servants, lessers, and animals together, it's his brain is just like, no, I mean, you don't treat the servants, even if they are your servants, as lesser than you. They are people also.
he smiles. when you
Leovic
say
doesn't think kids are people, so.
That. That is not what he said. When you say that, he does smile.
Good. But, regardless, you do not treat this wolf as a person. Wolves, as you already have found out, similar to werewolves, they travel in packs, and there is a pack leader. They call it the Alpha, but in this case it may go by a different name. I am unsure. You have to prove to yourself, and in this case your wolf, that you are the leader. How you go about it, however, that is the real question. But you cannot coddle it. You cannot do as it demands. You do not... what's the word? You do not let it get away with its tantrums. You have to find a way to discipline it. I can tell you for certain that in the Reach, when a child is acting out of place and throwing a tantrum, as it were, our punishments are ways to discipline it, but the methods vary. Some are subjected to hunting with their kin by force. Others are subjected to merely helping cook a feast with their kin. They can be harsh, they can be simple, but they have to mean something. And it has to be a lesson. Not only do you have to discipline it, but you have to teach it. If you do not, it will go astray and it will go feral, as will you.
He's just he's nodding. He's not like nodding like ignoring, but nodding like trying to figure out like how would I discipline the wolf? Like how would I discipline it, or like what would be a punishment to it? Then how do I reward it? Kind of like he's not saying much, but he's trying to figure out like how to progress with what he's being told.
And he finishes off by saying,
The first thing that you need to do, if anything, is find a way to properly commune with it. One where you and it are seen on an equal footing at first. Find that common ground the Druid speaks of. But if you are trying to ask the Hunt Father for help, you must do something for him to warrant such a boon as we did to get you back. Action speaks louder.
Mm-hmm.
after that, he leans back up against the wall of outside of the hut and goes quiet.
He nods. As this one mentioned before, if there's any way that this one can help repay this debt for knowledge, for saving, or getting this one back, just let this one know, and we'll help as able.
Not every...
He looks up for a moment.
Not every transaction between us, verbal or physical, needs to have a debt, Jerry.
There's a brief moment where it doesn't register in his head of and then he kind of explains, old habits die hard. From the family, it's either if you aren't swindling or making money, you are losing money. This one will try to break this habit, and thank you.
At least for the ones that you're currently close with. I could care less if that means the others suffer for it outside of this little group we have.
He nods. You can't protect everyone.
Not everyone needs protecting.
True. And then he has a mischievous grin for a second, and he remembers something that Thieves Guild told him, and is like, not everyone also needs a full coin purse.
He nods.
I think after that he goes in and he's gonna try to wake up. Or he's not gonna wake up Serinda. He's just gonna stay next to him and make sure and gently push the spice pouch closer to his nose, so that if he does wake up, he can smell that.
I think now that it's wake up time and time to stir, Serinda is starting to rouse. You know, when a toddler wakes up from a nap, but you can tell that they really don't want to wake up from the nap.
5 more minutes, Mom!
Yeah, Serinda looks like that. He's bleary-eyed and he's doe-eyed, and he sits up groggily. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. He sits up really groggy, rubs his eyes. He forgets he's holding the Daedrat in one hand. Rubs his face with the Daedrat. Remembers.
His face with the Daedrat?
Yeah,
puts it
silhouette.
down slowly.
Squeak.
He's literally the fucking gif in chat. It's literally him.
It doesn't help that Jari's now like staring at him like is he gonna wake up? So, or he might be caught as he's trying to put the smell pouch closer to his nose.
Surindo like locks eyes with Jari. It's just like, good morning.
Morning. Do you smell this? I'm still here.
Yeah. He like sits up fully, looks around.
Just hear a sudden, is he awake yet?
I am awake. Good morning to you too.
Hear a silent grunt.
How do you hear a silent grunt?
It's very
Anyway, I rolled ahead of time, so those fucking springs out of bed is like, whoop.
You hear a silent grunt very carefully.
It's like the very like off in the distance, so you can barely hear it.
Surindo mocks it with the rat.
Squeak.
So yeah, they'll just fucking foofs out of bed, just like, whoop.
Jari looks over Morning Doll.
What's going on?
Just points to Cylinder, like making sure he's awake.
Cylinder. Your name is Cylinder.
Cylinder?
I mean, fuck.
You are now a long.
I am now a shape.
You
I
You
am
are
I
now
am-
a tube.
The inanimate carbon
You're
rod.
the plastic
God.
tube.
I am become cardboard tube.
You know that one tube that you like turn and makes noises?
Wait,
You
wait,
know,
wait,
I'm
wait,
just gonna
wait,
stop
wait, wait.
talking.
Wait. Hold on.
We're waiting. Yes!
That's what those wild medic sounds like.
Awesome.
Wow, Grim.
Surindo does. Grim.
Jari, the Beasts Alpha Male podcast. On this episode, we talk about the females.
All right, okay, I'm checking out. Have a good night, all.
Start with the females
Alright, I'm gonna head
of,
out.
Deserts of elsewhere.
Literally, alright, I'm gonna head out.
Surindo gets up. And I'm not sure what we're actually doing today. Well,
Saving a king,
Today.
apparently.
I'm sorry?
Saving a king,
alright.
apparently.
I've forgotten about that.
Somewhere off in the distant forest, you hear,
It cuts off too. Hey!
I think there's a brief second where he thinks of how is he gonna wake up Rivari, of like if he's gonna be mean or not, and instead he just opens like
That's
a
the
wine
cat thing.
bottle and just like puts it
Go
next to her
little-
nose.
I throw the rat at her like a baseball.
Wait, you threw a silhouette at Rivari?
Yeah. It's gonna ball it up and just yeet.
Can I have like Doll to try to like fucking flip up and catch it?
Yeah.
And then she's gonna throw it right back on Riv.
Just gonna slam dunk Silhouette on Rivari for no reason.
Literally.
Go long.
Stupid dog, I'm balling.
Alley-oop, just toss.
Vari freaking wakes up with a yowl and starts freaking out about this round, not knowing what the hell it is.
Oh my god, she goes.
Why is being attacked? What is this?
Surrender innocently puts the rat behind his back as if it's not a living, breathing creature.
Are you sure she doesn't go?
You trusted me. How foolish.
What the fuck?
Oh, we're going. Our entrance sounds right.
Good morning, Rivari. You're not under attack.
Not yet.
Maybe
There's no
later.
time. there's still hours in the day.
Right now, right now.
There's still a hunt.
Can I try to figure out who the heck just threw a rat at me? Like, did you hide Silhouette quick enough?
He's like, I don't know, very conspicuously, like, he's suspiciously holding both hands behind his back, and the rat is not visible. It's not difficult to, like, parse out that he's the one who threw it.
Oh, just dancing and doing his circus flips right in the middle.
Till she warms up.
Yes, there is no reason day to be attacked. Vari's immediately going for the knees.
Ah, not again.
Jari's gonna try to just grapple her, like, or like how he's used to, like just holding her back. He speaks into Agra, Rivari. Save your strength for later.
She responds back in Agra. Rivari has enough strength to fight off many people.
Oh yeah?
After pawing one into Surrender.
Surrender sticks his tongue out at him.
Whoops.
Hold on, I'm gonna slash R1D2. Oh.
Maybe this time you'll actually tackle me into water, rather than just hugging my leg.
He lets her go.
Oh.
Immediately grapple onto the legs.
Oh,
Try to tip him over.
And a
Alright.
doll will flip onto his shoulders.
Oh no!
Double attack.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna. He falls right over. Fuck! Oh, that's not fair.
All is fair in love and war, my boy.
Oh, come on.
Further proof that you're awake.
Well, I don't know, this could be all very elaborate, but I am starting to believe that I am actually awake.
So, Jari has a very snarky comment. He's like, "So you've dreamed of being attacked by 2 women before?"
Haven't you?
Surrender,
He
like,
immediately is like,
Why?
"He's an
Say
idiot," and
this
he's like,
very
"I shouldn't have said it."
Surrender, like, side-eyes Jari.
He immediately regrets after those comments.
You want some of this too?
What?
Runs over to Jari.
I'm gonna say this, guys. I'm gonna say this very carefully. Watch the next comment, because this is getting to a very dangerous place. Being attacked by 2 women.
Surrender, like, side-eyes Jari. Well, I was a teenager once, yes.
You're a teenager?
That gets a laugh out of Leafing.
I do like women, so, you know. He, like, tries to get up amidst the wrestling.
Everybody-
Oh my god.
Everybody point at Surrender. Straight.
Token straight guy.
Oh, we'll
Jari
ungrapple
is-
My
you.
white guy.
Go over to
Jari's
Leovic and play with his dog ears.
Immediately stops laughing. It's like,
What are you gonna say, Wave?
Jari's blushing. That's what the try to hide the comments.
Insides of his ears turn all red.
Yeah. He's as red as Rivari's shirt.
What? You've never dreamed of being tackled by women, Jari?
Nope,
Are you a man of better tastes?
Not answering. He just immediately is like, my sister's not answering this question. He's like, we should all go. Save a king, right? Like, that's...
Yes, your sister, the one that's currently mauling my leg. While his leg is unmauled. Just has a Rivari on it.
It's like, if she wanted to hurt you, she probably could. And just gets up and leaves.
You wouldn't feel it, though.
No, I wouldn't. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. He
Very
looks
bad.
down at Rivari. What do you think?
Rivari could do a little mauling.
Oh, come on. I don't want to bleed through the whole forest. Come on.
I would prefer if you did not put a hole through his chest, Rivari, but that's me.
I've already got one. What's another?
A bigger one.
We don't want the... Jari speaks up. There are still a day to 2 days left of the Red Hunt. Or the Red Moon. We don't want others coming after us.
Rivari will wait until you're in a safer place to maul.
He's gonna
Right you
insight
are.
Jari. Like, what the fuck was that?
Perhaps you could paint the inside of his most grateful...
you can hear by his tone, he is being actually sarcastic.
His most gracious highness, Magicka, Lord of Worms. His palace red with both your blood as an insult.
I think you'd like that too much.
Looks down in thought.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Nice one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Crib.
What's the deception for?
Womp.
Was it... What was the, like, saying, I will maul you later?
Technically, that's a 1 because you guys only got 1 rest, so you still have 1 exhaustion.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It,
You gotta change that on her sheet too, Wave.
Yeah, I will.
it's she basically said like she'll either stab him, like claw at him later, or meant as like a dirty shot.
Yeah, he just is like, I don't want to think about this.
Is that a euphemism?
Maybe. When your token ace gets the euphemism.
Leans
no,
into the camera. Surrender doesn't know his wife's dead, but I do.
Yeah, it's not like Jari's immediately regret of, I shouldn't have, nope, I don't want to have this conversation with my sister.
Green-haired lady holding up the phone, standing in front of the group like, I got this really neat trick coming on Serinda. Just you. What the fuck is that device? Don't worry about it.
And now for something completely different. Chose the dead wife.
And now for my next trick.
So the deception check, that was for the quote unquote euphemism, right? I'm not like tripping.
Yes.
Okay. Amidst the of his fucking ears being played with, the wolf ears.
All needs are fixed. He's been gone for a while.
He'll like cross his arms.
That's a married man, you know.
He can be a swinger if he wants to.
What's a little euphemism between friends?
Serinda like shrugs as he stands up with Rivari on his leg. She got a point.
I forgot which spirit you are keen towards. Never mind.
Huh?
You know,
Oh yes, not like this
Never
one
loved
has
war.
been.
Ha ha ha.
Not like this one hasn't been partaking in prayer. Whatever.
You drink enough alcohol for 2 sanguines. I think that's clear enough.
I would love to see a drinking competition between her and Feldrin.
Oh god.
And you're gonna say her and Tiny.
Well, him too. That would
Just
be
get all
pretty good.
3 of them together.
Watch your wallets. That's going to be expensive.
It's okay, Taliesin can pay for it.
Okay, sure, buddy.
Just gonna add this interest rate right here to pay 10%, right?
Casually
coming out of
steals
your cut.
Amphileus's wallet.
He has like Glary or a 2% cut over there for supplying the fucking rot meth. Lavik saying,
You could drink several Nords under the table from what I've seen you imbibe by.
Probably opens her mouth but immediately closes it.
Yes.
Nothing. Forget about it.
I will not. He starts to turn to walk, but remembers they didn't discuss where they're going.
Jari's already leading them toward the area that he knows the king is supposed to be at.
Serinda like peels Rivari off his leg. Alright, no free rides, off.
At this time, Kazar does approach as you guys are goofing around with Leanna. And Leanna does approach you, Serinda. Gives your forearm a squeeze and looks up into your eyes. He's short little Breton, really tall Altmer. I told... here's where the matron is. And she hands you the party's map with the spot circled, which is right here. I will put down a quest marker.
Yes.
Fuck,
Side
open the right
quest.
tab!
Oh my god, Skyward
Side
quest
quests.
marker.
Side quest.
Serinda
Obviously more
looks-
important than the main quest.
Obviously. Serinda like looks over
Obviously.
the...
Gotta
he
get
looks
those
over the
15
map.
bear asses.
He like looks over the map and stares really hard at the spot that she marked and then like rolls up the map again. Right.
When she says matron, Lavik actually turned his head.
Do you mean matron or the scion?
The matron. The scion is probably not in this realm right now.
The druid matron she mentioned last night.
He nods.
We're not going. And he starts walking after Jari.
Proceeds to start following Jari.
Oh, what a shame.
And as you guys begin to set off and aim for wherever you're going, which way are you going?
We're
You're going there.
here, but Jari would know because he was hunting for several days, he would know the best way to get there, right?
Yeah, here's the thing. You were in werewolf form that whole time, which means your wolf was in control. It's almost like dreaming for you. You know where he is because you remember the scent, and you remember that you just don't remember a path. Probably because the wolf didn't take one.
that's fine. Jari would like start walking that way and would point on the map. It's like this is roughly where we need to head. Generally, he's just like, be cautious of like this area had a lot of pitfalls, or this area had a lot of fallen trees, or this one had a bunch of slippy rocks. Like, he's trying very hard to remember things of like what to look out for, but after a while he just stops.
It should not.
Because it all starts to blur together.
It should not be too difficult to spot a trap.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna be like, is it a survival check to try to get there, or because we have the map, we just know we need to head west?
It's a combination of the two, so I will need survival checks. Because this is Persing Wilds. Maps can only do so much, especially if paths don't exist.
Wave.
Nature.
My
Nature works.
My survival is actually 0, but I was gonna. My nature is a +1, but I was gonna ask, is mine like a lower DC, or do I get advantage from traveling this path before, or even
Same as everybody else for right now.
I was gonna
Your
say,
DC may be different.
I was gonna say if you want, either I or you do the help action if Soul allows. Is helping allowed, or is it individual?
Well, it's individual, mostly because Jari has a slightly different DC than you guys.
Gotcha. Come run.
Okay. I'll do nature then, because it's a +1.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you. It's the same result.
He starts
Man.
tasting metal in his mouth, and he's just like, oh no, that's not what I was trying to remember.
Wait, is my brain bleeding into my mouth?
No, it's other blood.
She's like smacking his lips.
I think there's a brief moment
It's
where...
because you don't floss.
I was waiting for someone to finally do that.
He flosses with intestines. There's a
That's
brief moment
insane.
where
Joe Gorath approves!
Saul, what do you have to do with this?
he tries to remember the path, but instead of remembering the path, he just remembers the feel and the rush of all of his kills and the taste in his mouth, and that's throwing off his, like, what he should be looking for.
Does anybody else smell toast?
Always.
She said, that explains a lot about Mel/Doll constantly having a stroke.
The aneurysm is constant.
Welcome to life.
No.
So true.
Oh, I think as they are walking, he would talk to Rivari briefly into Agra and say, I did mention some of our past to Leovic, just so you're not caught off guard.
Rosario is fine with that.
Okay. He just nods. That's all.
Did you just say you talked to Leovic?
Oh no.
Oh wait, Leovic. Leomund to Leovic. My brain just got him confused for a sec.
I was like,
I'm
did I
like,
do it
what?
again?
No, that was me this time. I'm like, wait, you did not talk to the king. You can't do that.
Okay, yeah. No, it's basically just telling Rivari that, like, Leovic knows some of our past and her past. But he doesn't specify what, he just said some.
Potato, potato.
Oh yeah, I will roll for Rivari also.
Yes, please.
Sorry. I was like, I did. What? I don't know why it was showing 2 dice, and I'm not sure why, but it only rolled 1.
Hmm.
No. Okay. Well.
Frog.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Come on, doll. Come on, doll.
Doll. Yeah. Waiting on Doll to roll.
Alright, give me a
Or
second
is
here.
Doll not rolling because Doll?
Well, she's probably a little distracted right now. She's fucking but finally back.
Yeah, okay. We could go off that. Do a no roll if you want.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Serinda, you're starting to think with a bit more clarity. You're at least not hallucinating anymore, and like that's pretty good.
We're on
You
the road
guys
to recovery.
do get about, I'd say, here to the edge of the blood bog, and you look along the cliff line, and you see a lone house with a forest, with a field, and the blood bog, which looks, you know how that bog in Lord of the Rings looks like? It's very deep and murky and gross, like that, but bloody. So, entirely up to you what you want to do. But this bog has a heavy layer of ground fog across it that is difficult to see over currently, and that's as far as Serinda's 16 has gotten you, and it's been a long day.
God damn it! I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Because
What-
of all the low rolls on top of Serinda's 16. Let's see. Yeah, it's been a long day. So I'd say it took about 13 hours to get there. Because you were slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Serinda
Oh.
stops at like the edge of the bog and stares at the map and then stares at the bog and then turns to everyone else. Well, it's been a while.
It has. We should find some place.
Looks around.
Would I know anything
that's-
about the house that you pointed out?
No, you didn't go to that area.
Okay.
And you see the fog part, and you do see that house with the small field in front of it. The little teeny thing on the map. It's so small.
this thing.
It's so
Christ.
tiny.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
wee.
It's not a fucking house. It's a shack.
I purposefully shrink it down to be like, to emphasize this is alone.
That's a garage.
That's a garage.
Oh, that's a
Serinda.
fucking house.
Serinda gestures to the wee shack. Shall we try our luck?
Yes.
He nods.
And as you head off toward the shack, this is where we'll end today's session.
Oh.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh.
spooky things in the
Oh.
shack.
Maybe.
Hey, Alex,
Oh,
you go first.
God.
Pushes the two
No.
opposing calyx through, and it just Skyrim ragdoll sounds.
It's funny you mentioned
Hit him with
that,
the
Lux.
Gary's mod fizz gun.
It's funny you mentioned that because Leovic was gonna push Calyx forward.
Ah!
Yeah, Serinda's as like his last action before we go to the shack. Serinda's gonna grab Calyx by the back of the neck again and pull him to the front of the line. It's like a pass off. Fucking Leovic pushes him. Serinda pulls him up.
Grabs his shoulder, pushes him
Thorn.
towards Serinda. Serinda pushes him towards the door. It's like they are kind of the same.
Yeah. These two assholes are
Fucking
playing
kept
ping
moving.
pong with the normal guy. Not ping pong. What is it? Pinball.
Yeah.
Pinball.
The two muscly dudes fucking around with this idiot. They're literally the jocks at the party.
God, two muscly dudes pushing around a twink. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's pretty
One
gay.
of the high school bullies.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty fucking gay.
I have
Hey nerd, you want to try your hand at dodgeball? Get up there.
You want my guns, liberal? Fucking kiss me for him.
Okay.
That sounds like it's going a place I don't want it to go.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be here next week. Thorn's a little bit under the weather, but hopefully she'll be joining us next Wednesday. We will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.